Right now, we continue our Election Day coverage, getting answers from the experts. Stephen Olikara, the founder of the Millennial Action Project, joining us. Thanks for talking with us this morning. Stephen, Wisconsin is, of course, your home state. Across the country, experts are saying Wisconsin is the tipping point for this election. Do you think this is accurate?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. We saw how Wisconsin was a tipping point state in 2016. And when you look at the different scenarios for either candidate to win, Wisconsin is right there in the must win column, I think, for both candidates. And what that means is our state has a unique role to not only shape this election, but in my view, the future of our political culture. And that's why you're seeing so many people come out to vote. Right now, we're seeing about 1.9 million Wisconsinites who've already voted early. And that's a huge deal. Our organization, Millennial Action Project, has been very focused on an initiative called Vote Safe Wisconsin to educate and encourage Wisconsinites to vote early in this pandemic. And we're seeing that enthusiasm right now.
Stephen, recently in an interview, you said, quote, the turbulence we are going to see following this election is likely another wake-up call for our country. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, well, we live in a highly polarized and tribal political moment right now where people are living in both virtual and physical echo chambers. And so we're entering into a very turbulent election here. Where it will take likely some additional time, we don't know how much longer, to count the ballots here in Wisconsin, being such an important swing state. We don't have pre-processing of absentee ballots. And so what that means is the elections administrators are only starting to count these almost 2 million absentee ballots today. That's going to take some time in addition to the in-person voting. And so when these results come in, there will be an incentive potentially for candidates to start raising questions about the election. And those messages will disseminate through their respective media ecosystems. And that's very troubling if that happens, because one of the core elements of our democracy is the basic trust in our elections. So we hope that it will be very orderly and peaceful. But I do think regardless of the outcome here, we're entering into a chaotic time, and the need will be greater than ever to have empathetic bridge builders who seek to bring our country together.
Stephen Olikara, thank you for updating us on this election day.
Thanks so much for having me.